Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new Call of Duty Black Ops 6 video. Today we're going to be going over the augments that have just been introduced a few days ago, and let's just get right into it. So, augments are a somewhat returning feature from Cold War with a bit of a twist. This time around, perks, ammo mods, and field upgrades all have 3 major augments and 3 minor ones. For each item in these categories, you can equip one major and one minor after completing the required research to unlock it. Since these have already been out for a few days and you all are literate, I'll skip the reading and just get right onto my thoughts. So, the first category is perks, starting with the OG classic, Juggernog. At its base level, Juggernog gives you more health, which is always a big dub. I'm thinking the best build for Jug is going to be Turtle Shell, which acts as the shield on your back, and then hardened plates, which gives you more damage mitigation. My thinking is that more health only delays the inevitable death, so by eliminating one source of damage and greatly reducing all others, you're drastically increasing your odds of getting out of dire situations. Moving on up, let's look at stamina. Base level makes you move faster, again, one of the best perks. I'm guessing the best major augment for stamina up is Dasher. More run is good. For minor, kind of a toss up between hard target and hot foot, but I'm leaning towards hot foot. To me, I feel like the speed boost is more likely to happen and be more helpful, but we'll have to see how annoying projectiles are. I could also see Stalker being a really helpful augment when you're grinding out sniper or LMG camos just because you're already moving so slow, but we'll have to see if it's worth it. On to the next heart attack waiting to happen. Speed Cola makes you reload both your weapons and plates faster. Classic Formula and Phantom Reload are interesting. If the auto reload works on stowed weapons, I think it could have a solid spot in a lot of loadouts. Faster reload is nice, but in my opinion, it's really not necessary, especially if Speed Cola is just as nerfed in this game as it is in Cold War. Unless you plan on camping, it could be useful, but that doesn't seem like it'll be that popular with what we've seen of the maps so far. The minor augments are all kind of meh, but I suppose Fast Pitcher could allow some quicker save me explosives. So, after all those performance enhancing drugs, it's time to cool down with a Deadshot Daiquiri. At its base level, you get more critical damage and better ADS precision, which I would assume is auto aim for crit points. The major augments here all sound really fun. If Dead Again takes a bullet out of your reserves to put into your mag, it would be good, but clearly not as good as just pulling bullets out of thin air. I think Dead Head will be the most versatile pick, but Dead First could also be very interesting on slower, harder hitting weapons. I think Deadhead is the safest bet. Minor augments are again not quite so interesting. Depending on what is all included in advanced movement, Dead Set could be nice, but I think Dead Break will be the more useful of the group. A long night of drinking and forgetting everything needs a quick revive pick me up. Quick revive makes you recover your health and revive others faster at its base level. Dying Wish seems like a really good option, basically giving you infinite lives. Though I suppose if you really get stuck in a horde, again, it's just delaying the inevitable. At the same time, getting a kill while down in later rounds was nearly impossible in Cold War, so it could end up useless as well. Minor augments are very specific towards you or your teammates dying, so not entirely helpful, but I'll go with Karmic Return. Alright, I'm done with these crappy gimmicky intros. Next is Elemental Pop, which periodically triggers random ammo mods on shots. Now, I was pleasantly surprised with how Pop looks in Black Ops 6, as it wasn't my favorite in Cold War. Mostly because I just wasn't a huge fan of randomly getting a mod that killed a ton of zombies and ended the round early. It's not a huge deal, especially in the later rounds when you're just trying to survive, but it could get annoying when I was trying to do something. Now what I want to know is, does Citrus Focus increase how often ammo mods hit? I would assume so, otherwise it completely defeats the purpose of getting the perk, but either way, this could be nice for grinding camos with Cryo Freeze. Imperiled Peach sounds pretty good on paper, but I think Electric Cherry is just going to be the go-to, getting that electric shock every time you reload. Blissful. As for Minor, I think Chillberry is the obvious choice for a normal game. Let's flop on over to PhD Flopper. Base perks include Explosive Dive and Immunity to Self-Inflicted Explosive Damage, an interesting distinction. Dr. Ram seems like the obvious choice here. On paper, it sounds extremely overpowered, so I'm excited to see how it plays. Now, again, with Flopper, the minor augments don't seem too appealing, but I'll probably go with EOD tech. It seems like you'll get the most use out of it. I'm interested to see if Environmentalist and Tribologist work without the main slider augment, though. So, for the newest member of the perk family for last, we have Melee Macchiato. This will replace your gun butt melee with a punch. All these major augments look really fun, but I think Triple Shot will shine the most. Just being able to hit multiple zombies could get out of a tight spot, it just sounds good overall. For the minor augments, Hidden Impact doesn't sound too useful. Stick and Move just sounds like a good quality of life addition. But depending on what level zombies outpace the punch damage, strength training could be good. I'll maybe go with that one. Alright, now we'll move on to ammo mods. First up is TikTok. First up is Brain Rot. This adds toxic damage and the chance to turn a zombie. All the major augments sound useful depending on what you want from the rot, but Pheromone sounds like the best overall. The free distraction is always nice. If you want a monkey bomb effect, you can pick explosive as your minor, but if it doesn't kill, I think it'll just be more useful to go with extension to give you more time to catch your breath. Next is Cryo Freeze, adding frost damage and a chance to freeze enemies. I'm not too impressed with the majors, so I'll probably just go with Big Game to add elite enemies to the mix. But minor augments, on the other hand, there are a couple good ones. Freezer Burn and Liquid Nitrogen both sound really useful, but adding damage is always a nice bonus, so we'll just stick with Burn. Fan favorite Deadwire is next, adding electric damage and the chance to stun zombies. Lightning Strike is my favorite. It sounds like a better version of Chain Lightning, and I just can't wait to channel lightning like a Norse god. I'm not sure that a slight damage boost is helpful, so getting more lightning strikes sounds better. Let's do haste for our minor. Napalm is now bursting its way into my list. It adds fire damage and a chance to apply a damage over time burn. This has another boring set of majors. I think Napalm Burst won't be too useful on elites, so let's do Firebomb to spread more damage. Minor augments are also boring. Just give me Incendiary to spread it more. And last but not least, we have the new member Shadow Rift. It'll add shadow damage with the chance to spawn a black hole. That sounds pretty cool. I'm leaning towards Explosive Rain, hoping that the insta-kill explosion will also deal damage to other zombies around. If not, adding elites to the mix sounds like it'll be more fruitful. Supermassive seems best to grab as many zombies as possible. Now, our last section of augments affect field upgrades, with the first up being Aether Shroud. Honestly, all of these don't sound too bad. Burst Dash was kind of a controversial upgrade in Cold War, just because the dash could get you stuck quite easily. So maybe if they fix that flaw, and especially with adding killing normal enemies, that could be quite good. The other one would be Void Sheath, but if melee weapons don't have a damage bonus during this time, I can see it falling off in later rounds and then again just really not being useful. Group Shroud will always be useful when you're playing with other people, I feel. So maybe go Group Shroud if you're playing with others. And if you're solo, we'll have to see how Void Sheath works. I'm not too impressed with minor augments, though extra charge will be good to have an extra save me, so we'll do that. Next is Dark Flare, shooting out an energy beam. Dark Flare in general doesn't sound too crazy to me, but if Dark Pack can easily be used to revive others, that'd be good. But for solo use, Supernova sounds fun, so there's that. Heavy Shadow could be useful, giving a bit of leeway with surrounding zombies, and that's kind of the only one that sticks out to me. Making a return from Cold War is Frenzied Guard. Frenzy Fire is going to help clear out the horde. It sounds pretty fun. Phalanx also sounds good, but let's take a quick look at the minor augments. With Rally, a full repair is obviously better than potential regen. The only argument I can see is that people can A, come in later, get their shield up, go out, maybe even lose some and come back. But I just get good then, right? Just the full repair sounds better. But if you're solo, go with extension to get more time under regen and more damage output. Next up is Healing Aura. Resilience sounds like a better version of Enduring Radiance, so we'll go with that just for more healing. As the point of the aura is healing, we'll add more damage reduction with Protection Augment. Carousel sounds fun to use, but I feel like it would be fairly easy for one zombie to sneak up and detonate it, making it a bit wasted. We'll have to see. Turret also sounds nice. It depends on how long it lasts and how much damage it deals, but probably think the safest choice is Scatter. Siren will be very helpful. Again, distractions are always a good touch. Alright, that's all I got. Let me know what you think down below. Tell me how stupid I was or how smart I was. We'll have to see when the game comes out. I plan on getting right into as much content as I can when the game drops, so be on the lookout for more. See ya.